Hi, so welcome back to the next Pili and Frank Spanish and English podcast. And today we're going to continue with the theme of talking about aspects of basic Spanish grammar and vocabulary. Now, just to explain, you can see behind us that we are actually in Spain, so far as we're in a very old Spanish house. So it's a very rustic house built well, the deeds say about 1920, but actually there's been a house on this site for hundreds of years. So hopefully that will add a bit of ambience to the podcast, a mixture of new and definitely very old. So so welcome back, Pili. Thanks for joining us again today. And so today we're going to look at how we talk about movement towards somewhere and how you get there. So what mode of transport you use, and then how you say that you're going somewhere, and the construction behind that. So the verb that we need to talk about is the verb ir, ir. A very irregular verb, so it's not an easy one to conjugate. But it's super common and super useful, and you need to know it. So it takes a little while to get a hang of, but it's definitely required. So we'll also talk about the modes of transport and how you talk about those, and also talk about the use of the prepositions in these structures. So words like a and en together with ir, and then perhaps a location to put the whole thing together. So I'm going to stop waffling on and let Pilar do some talking, and then I will explain some things in English that she's saying just to help the process. So welcome back, Pili, and please begin whenever you feel ready.
¿Qué tal? Estamos otra vez aquí con un nuevo podcast y hoy vamos a hablar de medios de transporte y viajes. Vale, la composición para decir voy a Madrid, por ejemplo, es verbo ir, preposición a y el destino. Da igual donde vayamos. Voy a Valencia, voy a Londres, voy a Argentina. Da igual donde vayamos. Siempre es verbo ir, preposición a y el destino. Siempre.
Yeah, so just explain that they have this construction with the verb ir and then the preposition a, which in this case you can translate to the word in English to. So I could say, for example, voy, which is I go or I am going. So voy a Madrid. So I am going, or I go to Madrid. So, or I could even make that longer by saying yo voy, I go, yo voy a Madrid. Okay? But very often in Spanish, the yo part, which we'll come to in a later podcast, but is actually what we call a subject pronoun, we can leave off. So we just need to say the verb bit, voy a Madrid. Yeah? So if you don't hear these pronouns at the beginning, it's because they're not required. Okay, so voy a Madrid, or we could say vamos a la playa, for example. Yeah, so la playa is the beach, and we can use the same construction, voy a, but in this case we need an article, la, voy a la playa.
Voy al supermercado. Siempre vamos a decir a. Preposición a, cuando estamos hablando de dónde vamos. ¿Dónde vas, Frank? Voy al supermercado. No tengo comida. Voy al supermercado. Okay?
So there we have the basic construction. If you're talking about a particular place like a supermarket or the beach or somebody's house, then you would need this article in front of that noun. But if it's like the name of a city or a country, then you don't need the article. So voy a Francia, for example, I'm going to France, or ellos van, or just simply van a Inglaterra. Van is the third person plural. They go, or they are going to England. Okay, but if it's a place that isn't like a named place, for example, a supermarket, the beach, a bar, a restaurant, somebody's house, you would need to put that article in front of that noun. So, voy a la playa, voy a la casa, etc. So, ir plus a, and then the place that you're going.
Muy bien. El destino responde a la pregunta ¿dónde vas? ¿Dónde vas? Voy a el destino. Voy al supermercado. Voy al trabajo. Voy a Nueva York. Siempre voy a. ¿Ok? Es diferente cuando decimos en qué voy. ¿En qué voy? Medio de transporte. Aquí decimos voy en avión. ¿Dónde vas? Voy a Nueva York. ¿Cómo vas? Voy en avión. Medio de transporte, siempre preposición en.
So, she actually made a good point there. If you want to ask someone, where are you going? They say, ¿dónde vas? So, where are you going? Or, ¿dónde va? Where is he going? Or, ¿dónde van? Where are they going? Might be a good idea just to conjugate the verb to go here for you. So, yo voy, tú vas, él o ella va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, o ellos, ellas van. Or ustedes as well, van. Usted we only use in very polite situations, so we'll come back to that. So we have the verb to go, and we have this construction to say where we're going. So, ¿dónde vas, Pilar?
Voy a Madrid, por ejemplo. Estoy contestando a la pregunta ¿dónde vas? Entonces, siempre tenemos que decir voy a y el destino.
Yeah, so answering that question, where are you going? They might also say, how are you going to get there? No? ¿Cómo vas a ir? How are you going to go? No? So we reply by adding in another little preposition, which is en, and then the type of transport, or the way you're going to get there. So we have all this list of new vocabulary which talks about the different modes of transport. So for example, I'm going to the beach by car would be voy a la playa en coche, no? Or I'm going to Valencia by train, we would say voy a Valencia en tren. So just adding a little bit more to that first construction that we did, and Pilar can give us some more examples.
Sí, por supuesto, lo has dicho muy bien, Frank. Siempre que estamos hablando del medio de transporte, decimos voy en. Hay dos excepciones. ¿Sabéis cuáles son? Cuando decimos voy a pie, voy a caballo. No podemos decir voy en pie o voy en caballo. Es incorrecto. Entonces, hay dos excepciones. Voy a pie y voy a caballo. Son las reglas. El español es así. Con muchas excepciones, sí.
Like we were saying before, the normal construction here would be voy al supermercado. And then I could say en coche, by car. Incidentally, we mentioned these articles like la, playa, la. If you use the masculine article el with a, you put them together, no, to make al, which is why you're going to hear this word al. So voy al supermercado as opposed to voy a el supermercado. Voy a la playa, pero voy al supermercado. So, voy al supermercado en coche, or maybe one day I decide to go a different way and I say voy al supermercado a caballo. And caballo means horse. So maybe I decide to go to the supermarket with my horse.
¿Por qué no?
So this is an exception, and there is one more where you don't use en, you use a, and that's to say voy al supermercado a pie. So I'm going to the supermarket by foot. So a pie, a caballo. But all the rest will use the preposition en. So en tren, en coche, en avión, which is a plane,
En bicicleta.
en bicicleta,
En moto.
en moto,
En patín.
en patín,
En globo.
en globo.
Sí.
Un globo. Un globo. Sí, en globo, which means by balloon.
En parapente.
¿Y qué es un parapente?
Estos que vuelan. Los que vuelan, sí, sí. Bueno, cuando haces vuelo sin motor y eres tú el que vuela. También puedes viajar en parapente. Parapente.
So I think parapente means like a glider or something, I think, no? Es un avión sin motor. No.
Es como un ala delta. Es un... Si eres tú con tu cuerpo...
Con tu cuerpo.
Sí, sí. Parapente.
Pero con alitas,
Alas, sí.
with little wings. Okay.
También vas en parapente.
I'm still not quite sure what that means, but basically a person flying on their own without an engine. So yeah, as you can see, there are lots of different ways that you can go somewhere, and normally you would put the little word en in front of them, but the two exceptions are a pie, by foot, and a caballo, by horse. Personalmente,
Sí.
I like to go everywhere by horse, caballo.
Ya.
Yo prefiero ir a caballo a todos los sitios.
Ya.
Ya.
Lo sé. Sí, sí. Tú prefieres ir a caballo al supermercado. Ya, lo sé. Ok, muy bien. Vamos a seguir. Vale, pues ya tenemos las dos preposiciones y el verbo ir. Tenemos preposición en para decir el medio de transporte. Voy en autobús, ¿ok? Y tenemos la preposición a para decir el destino. El destino. Voy a Madrid. Voy a Londres. Voy a pie y voy a caballo. Excepciones. ¿Sí? Vale.
Great. Muchas gracias, Pili, por explicarnos las cosas. So, many thanks to Pilar for coming and explaining these things to us again. So today we looked at the verb ir, and we also talked about how to use that to express movement towards a destination. And we also talked about modes of transport. There will be explanation in the description and the conjugation of the verb ir for you. So look down below in the description. If you're finding these videos useful and you like them, please give us a like and subscribe for more videos. We're going to do hopefully at least once a week, if not more. And we're going to cover most, if not all, of the basic grammar points in Spanish, some interesting vocabulary, but we'll also talk about other things as well. So thanks for watching. ¿Quiere decir algo más, Pili?
Nada, pues que vean el vídeo todas las veces que quieran y nos den un like si os ha gustado y os suscribáis. Gracias.
So thanks very much, and we hope to see you again soon.